Hey guys, happy Halloween, and I'm appropriately dressed as Hermione Granger tonight, and I'm being a total keener by posting the first response, so it's totally appropriate. Anyways, to get to it, oh, by the way, I'm Jen. Anyways, to get to it, I think that differentiated instruction and assessment will create a more all-around student who's capable of doing a variety of tasks. And I also think that they'd be stronger in whatever task they might be weaker in when they first start out in the education system. So say if someone's not so good with oral presentations, they might get better and better at it, hopefully, throughout the education system if they're asked to do that every single year. I think students would be more creative because they'd know a variety of different ways to get their point across, and they'd just be better communicators. I also think that in general students would be on a more level playing field. There would be less of a disparity between high and low achievers. So I think in general it just promotes student success because it gives students an equal opportunities to succeed. Now, when it comes to the second question about non-differentiated assessment, sadly we see this a lot in our education system where it's an all or nothing approach. You have one shot to get this essay right, you have one shot to get the presentation right, you have one shot to get the final exam right. To use your example from choice B on the previous slide. Now, with those options, the guidance and support isn't necessarily there. Assessment shouldn't be so high stakes, so I think that obviously differentiated assessment's a lot better and it's just a lot more fair to students. Now, concerning your last question to do with whether the real world is differentiated or not, yes and no, because obviously most jobs out there it's like, okay, the car's fixed, like the clock works, the electricity works, whatever. For example, with a doctor too, the person is either going to get fixed or not. And what's going to make them different though, and this is where the differentiated world comes into play, is if you try one thing and all of a sudden they start bleeding out, you need to be able to think on your feet, okay, what's another strategy? So that's kind of a metaphor for the arsenal of different strategies and different tasks that students are going to be able to do if they get differentiated assessment and instruction. Now, hopefully doctors know all these strategies before they walk into a surgery, but obviously what's going to separate the great ones from the okay ones are the ones that try something else right in the thick of things. Obviously the ones that aren't so good are going to be the ones that throw their hands up and say, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to fix this person now because I tried something, it didn't work. So that's kind of what I see sometimes in students too, is that they try something, it doesn't work, and they don't know why. So I think in general, differentiated assessment and instruction is going to create students that know why something worked and why something didn't work. Like we've talked about in class, generally for us, when we hand something in, we know whether we did well or not on it. So yeah, that's it for my response, and have a happy Halloween, guys. Be safe.